Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Caveman to Cosmos with me, Alpha Mega and Byzantium. So the turn is 2200, a very nice round number, year 10,477 BC, and we are one turn away from camel domestication. But before we go there, let's do a nice pseudo overview of our empire as we usually do. So first things first, Constantinople is now size 9, which gives it population of 2,500. Isn't that just lovely? This allows us to get an additional tile, and as you can see, we are going to grow in the next 218 turns. It's actually going to be much less, because even now we're working on the chicken coop, herding dog trainer, hunting dog trainer, all giving us extra food, and there might be some other buildings either coming along or, well, actually coming along. We're also working on the dock kennels, which will give our animals extra experience. But what we are working on right now is a building called Ikhanda. Ikhanda is a world wonder that is going to lower our maintenance by 10%. I'm not sure which, whether it is city maintenance or unit maintenance, I'm not sure. Maybe it's a flat one, which would be amazing. But the reason why we're getting it is that it gives a huge amount of experience to our new units. Melee receives +3, recons +3, animals +2, mounted +2, and even siege weapons receive an experience point. Now, considering that we are actually using Constantinople due to its huge production as a main training place for all of our units, well, not all of them, but most of them, this is going to be an additional huge boost. Now, if you remember, our units are already starting with, I think, 12, maybe 15, wait, this is the tile, yeah, 12 experience. So melee units will now get 15, throwing will get something like, recons. Well, actually, it seems like throwing get nothing, but animals will get additional ones. So we have the poppers at 5 now, with +2 from this, and then extra from dog kennels, so things are looking pretty good. Now, one thing that I was actually kind of sad about is that once we got the army back, I found out that we cannot use the civilians in Constantinople. There is a simple reason for that. You can join cities that have a population of less than 7. I missed this, or maybe it's a new thing since I last played. So I am sending one to Vadena and one to Patra to give these little cities a bit of a boost, so they will jump to population 5 and then 6 respectively. So I'm happy about that. You will also notice that all of our cities are now producing while we actually have a surplus still. So we don't need any meager wealth anymore to keep our cities running, and as was mentioned many times, these smaller cities that many of you have such a big problem with are going to further boost our economy and research in the upcoming months and years and decades and hundreds of years and thousands of years. So we have finally broke even, and from now on, Nicaea, Thessaloniki, Adrianople, and Antioch are only going to be a net gain. Now, I checked the preliminary results of the voting, and it seems like this city is going to be the next one. So I'll leave it running for a couple more hours, because today I'm gonna record a sort of a session, and we are going to focus on getting the next city. In the upcoming 2 episodes, I think that would be the right way to go. So, what now? Well, the plan is to focus on the cities, develop them a bit. We're actually down to only 2 gatherers, which are now working on wood gatherer here in this forest near Constantinople. We don't really have that many tiles to develop anymore, so once we actually prepare to get the new city, or once we actually get some major upgrades, I'm going to recruit 5, maybe 10 more gatherers and just keep sending them around, because they sort of bleed out as we get more and more places to work at and actually worked at, and then for each place you lose 1 unit. One thing that's actually also really important that I wanted to mention is the fact that we had our first amphibious attack. A barbarian raft has stopped at this tile and sent forth 2 units of obsidian swordsmen. So that was kind of a heavy fighting here, but we were lucky and both of our stone axemen managed to win. And the last unit, which was, I think, Stone Spearman, was defeated by the Patra Goldmine Guard. So we were really lucky. But that led me to the realization that we actually need some coastal units. So I trained one of this war canoe stuff, and we already sank the raft. As you can see, the war canoes are still healing. So yeah, you know, no harm done. But the fact that we can face these amphibious attacks puts a bit more stress on the fact that I should build another war canoe in Thessaloniki. And if we ever start working on the coast here, we will need more coastal guards there as well. Last but not least, I'm happy to say that I managed to fix my own problems. And after we joined the Atlatist unit here, I was able to give them the Combat 2 promotion instead of the one that they had before, which was, I believe, Hill Defense, because that doesn't make sense as they will attack around here. So that's that. Let's just, before I forget, send you guys out, because we can get some more things from the poor animals. And I might want to actually send the Eagle Spirit Talkers around the desert, because that was a pretty good comment. Someone mentioned that they would go around and sack the second Egyptian city, but I have no idea where they are. They're probably somewhere around here, so we would have to scout for them. And, you know, we can do that at our own leisure now that we have ended the war. But I'd like to scout a bit more about this is Babylon? Yeah, the Babylonian tribe. And maybe we could check the Israelites again, because we know only of one of their cities, but they have 4 maybe at this point, or maybe even more. It's a bit, you know, our info is a bit outdated. I'm kind of surprised that our superior spying is not showing us more cities. Not to mention that there's a whole new area here that we haven't yet seen. Okay, so let's look at the camel domestication now, see what it brings. Maybe it's going to be something interesting.
Do not free a camel of the burden of his hump. You may be freeing him from being a camel.
Interesting. So units enabled. This actually is the first one. Ah, nice. This is the first technology that gives us some riding units. Camel Rider, Llama Rider, Tuareg Camel Rider, Bactrian Catafalque. These guys were amazing. And Quatug. So maybe we can start training some mounted units. That would be a new thing. Animal Farm Alpaca, Animal Farm Camel, Animal Trainer Camel, Animal Farm Llamas, Animal Trainer Llamas, Culture Shavin, and Culture Tuareg. And a new improvement for our gatherers, Desert Worker. So if we actually ever plan to do something in the desert, it would be pretty good to use this one. And now we're working on the elephant domestication. Is that the one that we want to get next? Well, we actually pretty much shadowed everything, so I'm not sure if we should even deal with it right now. We don't have the animal elephant within our border, but eventually we will. Animal riding will be pretty good because it gives us our first mounted units, so I'm looking forward to that. We'll see how it's gonna affect us. And let's see what you get. Nothing. Okay, but Patra gets a donkey and a horse farm. Good. There's this just... Wait, actually the donkey and... Yeah, that's not from the camel that we already had. Oh, he's the catcher of parrots. Nope. Nope, I don't see anything new from anyone. Okay, but I mean, you know, we're really not that much into the desert. The camel trainer would probably be great here. You have the... What's it, llamas here and... a donkey, but I don't see camels anywhere, are they? Somewhere around here. Oh, here's the camels. There's more of them, but nothing really that would be that. Well, we do have some llamas though in Adrianople, so I am pretty sure we might get... Can't we? Is it forbidden? You definitely produce gold, don't you? So... Camel, wait, you don't? Where's the camel one? Ostrich farm. Kinda curious what we need for... okay. Let's actually, you know what? Let's not be a stick in the mud and check the technology itself, because that's gonna give us the same answer but much faster. I should have figured that out before. So, camel domestication, and here you have... where's the alpaca? Here's the farm llama. Requires nothing. Maybe we haven't developed the tile? Oh, we haven't developed the tire. Okay, so then, okay. Question answered, guys. Question answered. Cool. So, yeah, I'll work on the elephant domestication. Again, the elephants are two... Actually, those are not elephants. Those are mammoths. Okay. I don't think if we have any elephants anywhere near. Don't see... Oh, here they are. Okay, but that's far away. So the elephant domestication is probably not going to work for this. We'll need the megafauna. Yeah, here's the mammoth rider. Jesus. What do you upgrade to? War mammoth. Bombard mammoth. And that changes to Urba tank. Okay, so we're gonna have some nice units coming from that. Anyway, see you in 19 turns with the elephant domestication. Turn 2220, year 10,352 BC, and we are one turn away from elephant domestication. Now, I already know that you guys are probably screaming in the comments about the elephants south from Thessaloniki. Yes, I missed that and I forgot about that, but I noticed right after I stopped recording. So apology to that. Elephant domestication is actually going to help us. We don't really need the elephants that are living here because we have one deep within our territory. Now, Constantinople is chugging along with the Ighanda production. It is going to be ready in 18 turns, so I don't think anyone is going to steal that from us. While Patra has been turned into aerial basket ropeways. Now, Patra is going to become a secondary military hub for us. So the additional 3 food and the 6 industrial production are going to go a long way here. Now, I am really happy about the production in Patra. It has 84 here. With that extra 6, it's going to have 90, which is going to jump it over Vodena, which is 88 right now, and still lagging behind Constantinople with 107. But considering that Vodena is about... Patra is about half the size of Constantinople, I'm pretty sure that at the same level they would be, equal or even better. Now, again, Patra is growing at a much slower pace than Constantinople, which is much bigger and still growing much faster. That is a really nice thing to see for the capital. It's going to be a rich, very rich gold-producing city eventually. Now, Patra and Vodena have population of 5 now. You can see that the new settlers, the people that we have actually gotten from raising Thebes, have joined Patra and Vodena, and we don't actually have any problem with the culture here. I was wondering about that. Nope. They're 100% Byzantine, so that is good. Anything else that I wanted to mention? Well, I guess that might be it. Well, one thing that's kind of important is that in 5 turns we are going to get a great person, and I think we're actually going to play all the way to there, because the great person is something that you get very rarely.
Compare and contrast elephants. 2 years to make a calf, 5 years in between calves, 9 years until female maturity, 15 years for males? You've got to be kidding, elephants. There's no time for this.
Well, but then it's worth it. So Elephant Rider, Ballista Elephant, Jesus, requires animal trainer, Siege Weapons Workshop, Siege Warfare. This is really nice. Ballista Elephant. and Neanderthal elephant rider. And it gives us central breeder elephant. Okay. Farm for elephants. Elephant shrine. And animal trainer for elephants. Okay. So next comes feline domestication. I know that cats were very useful against... Oh, this is the thing that I actually wanted to mention. Yeah, we found out that the two cities of Egypt, Memphis, and the other one, I forgot what it was called. Well, they're here. I am actually considering getting an ambusher trained in Constantinople once we finish Ikanda. Wait, it's not ambusher, right? It's... Oh yeah, it is ambusher. Because it is invisible, we'll probably make sure its veil is higher. And we'll use it as a scouting unit for rival civilizations. I'd really like to know a bit more about those cities. So you get nothing from that, but I think Thessaloniki should definitely get something. Yep, farm animal elephant. Which is nice. And what about those units? Can we get those camels? Sorry, camels. Those elephants. Where are the elephant rider? Nope. Nope, nope. I don't see it. I don't see it. Okay, we're definitely going to need something else for those. But the fact that we can get the elephant farm in, and probably also in Nicaea, wouldn't we? Yep. Okay, so as both of these are there... Oh, and there's also the elephant camp. Okay, that is a good one. A bit pricey. It's going to take quite some time to build, but it gives food. Oh, do they butcher those poor elephants? Production and gold. But we do have a couple of good things here in the meantime. But I'm going to shadow it right after that, because I think it's... Actually, that's the creation myth. I'll have to think about it. For now, the cities are on their way to do what we need them to do. So let's just burn through the couple of turns that we have left so that we have the great person. Now, it can be either a great engineer, or the second one was, I think... Oh, a great artist. I thought that it was a priest. Oh, hello, Mr. Bear. Yeah, we are not going to be able to scout this city. Well then, let's send you south to here to check on Israelites. I'm happy that we have a surplus. We don't have much of it though. That is a bit worrisome. We're struggling a bit to keep the numbers up. And for some reason the Black Hand wasn't able to kill a single eagle. Like they fought like 10 of them and butchered them and hurt them, but never killing them. I guess that that capture bonus was really something of a feat for us. Now it's much, much harder. Okay, are we finishing the aerial basket ropeways? Either this or the next turn, right? Yeah, this one. So this gives us a bonus to worker production, 25% faster creation of improvements, and 15% military unit production. So let's see, do you have the sweet 90? No, 88, okay. That is sad, but what are you working on? Palisade. Stella would be a bit better because it gives science. So I might actually prefer that. These guys will come later. Okay, and what are you trying to tell me? Is there a mammoth? Oh god. Neanderthal mammoth rider. Oh, that is bad. Okay, I do have some units that could probably face them, but is it a melee, considered melee unit? I'm not sure. But let's send the Fist of Constantinople and the Skull Hunters here. They probably won't arrive in time, but well, what can you do? Great, the game is throwing more and more stuff at me. I guess I'm not the only one who is advancing. And again, no luck with the Eagles. So let's see the Greek person. 75% engineer, 25% artist. They should be born in Constantinople. Samuel Morse was an American painter, and an inventor. After having established his reputation as a portrait painter, in his middle age, Morse contributed to the invention of single-wire telegraph system based on European telegraph. So is it an artist or an engineer? He was a co-developer of the Morse code. Great engineer, okay. So what can you do for us? You can join the city, giving us extra free production and extra free science, and 2 extra experience to sea worker type units, and 2 extra to worker type units. And it's not that great. Or you can discover the technology slavery. Okay, or you can hurry the production. Or you can start the golden age. Or choose different discovery tech. Well, I'm always in favor of joining the city. Free science and free production. You know, in 100 turns is free 100 production. In 1000 turns is free 1000 production. Same with science. And especially in cities like Constantinople, it's going to go a long way with all of the bonuses that we're going to rack. I'm kind of sad that it lowers gold production though. That's a bit... Yeah, let's have you join. I thought that you could do more for us, but you're going to be good there. Okay, so that lowered and then rekindled our... Well, I don't know what happened there. It took down our gold production, then it put it back up. But yeah, we have 110 now here in raw production, industrial production, and the science was probably also boosted. How much are we getting now? 190. So let's end this turn by attacking the bears here, because we have a chance of them not running away. And then sending you back here. And that's about it. So I'll see you in 16 turns when we have the kittens. Kittens. Kittens for everyone. And cats for the rest. Turn 2239, year 10,234 BC. And we are 1 turn away from feline domestication. So, we have finished Ikhanda in Constantinople, and I think it is a good way to introduce this to you if you don't, as I didn't, know what this building is all about. So, Ikhanda. Upon ascending to power, the great Zulu leader Shaka implemented a number of important civil and military reforms to his growing civilization. In addition to his important innovations to Zulu warfare, he is often credited with the invention of the famous Zulu buffalo horns formation, as well as the introduction of the Ikolva, a short stabbing spear that proved enormously successful in combat. Shaka also reorganized Zulu society to better support his military ambitions. At the age of 6, young boys joined Shaka's military as apprentice warriors. This is a surprising parallel to the way that Spartan boys were raised, though it's unlikely that Shaka ever heard of the Spartans. The young warriors were trained in Ikhanda, a special military camp. During their training, the Zulu boys were imbued with military fervor, put through rigorous physical exercise, and of course instructed in the use of the Zulu's powerful weapons. In battle, they carried supplies and extra weapons for the warriors, and it is believed that they occasionally went out on hit-and-run raids against less dangerous enemy tribes. When the boys reached the appropriate age, they became full-fledged warriors. As a result, the Zulu warriors were among the bravest and best-trained soldiers in the world. So, not only does that help us with the experience, but it also gives us a 1 extra point per turn towards the great person, and it allows us to get a great general, which, you know, is not a bad thing. So right now Constantinople is working on the Ambusher, which is going to get 17 starting experience and 4 promotions. Awesome! That is just amazing. How are the poppers doing? Those are the things that I'm interested in. Okay, 7 and 2, which is still 2 more than we had before. And with the dog kennels, they're gonna get additional ones. So yeah, they might really start with 3 promotions. Now we have another one of these units coming to attack us. So I tried to lure them onto the tile where we're getting the coca. They took the bait, so let's attack them. And we were unlucky, and they won. Okay, so that's why we have an additional slinger unit here that is going to finish them off. Okay, and with that said, we now need to get an additional unit here, though. No, we just want to send someone. You know what? Let's send the army that we have in Constantinople south, because they can help there, and we don't really need them in our capital. The heroes, though, are going to stay. Now, I have been scouting excessively on the Babylonian territory, and I noticed that they had lost a couple of culture places here, which is really weird until I actually reached all the way to Babylon. The Neanderthals from Skladina actually managed to take and sack the capital of Babylon. I'm kind of shocked. I know that Babylon has for a long time been a contender with Israel and me. You know, we were ranked about the same. Then we grew a lot and left Babylon and Israel behind. But the fact that they were actually conquered by the barbarian hordes is, wow, I've never seen that before in the game. Good job there, you know, Neanderthals. Like, you earned it, I guess. But damn, poor Babylon. Poor Babylon. And one more thing that I wanted to say, is there anything else? Nope, I think that's all. Well, I wanted to mention that we're working on the ambusher here, so I already did that. So let's just see the feline domestication next.
The smallest feline is a masterpiece.
Okay, so feline domestication allows us to get a trained cat, which has 5 strength. So, okay, so that's probably a jaguar or something like that. It gets a whale, has a hidden nationality. The unit cannot enter a city that is not your own without attacking it. Ignores terrain movement. Okay, so this is like a predatory, stealthy animal that might seem like it's a natural occurring unit, but it's actually yours. Okay. We have a cat breeder here, cat shrine, military standard, big cats, and animal trainer of a big cat. And we can get cats. Wow, that one is cute. Leads to veterinary medicine. And of course I figured out what I wanted to mention. We had the fight with the mammoth riders here, and they destroyed one of our units before we could send in reinforcements. But the second one that was sent out from Patra slayed them. So to commemorate this, we renamed the unit to Mammoth Slayers. And they will patrol this area, though the fact that we have the mammoths here is making me nervous. It would be best if we could settle a city here eventually and get it under our control, because mammoth riders are scary, man. They are truly, truly scary. So right now we're getting plus 7 gold. I think that in the next episode we are still going to leave it be. But in the one coming after that we are going to settle. As I mentioned, the runner-ups are the tile here that would give us 10. And then a lot of you actually voted for the port city around here. So yeah. Though seeing what they did with Babylon, those guys are not joking. We would really need to strengthen our southern defense. Okay, but yeah, I mentioned it before. We had a huge packs of them, and you even saw that. You know, attack Vodena, there was some heavy fighting here, and we eventually managed to stabilize that by creating those 2. Actually, there's only 1 battalion here. These guys are just... No, they're also a battalion. Okay, so 2 battalions here. that are protecting our southern flank. Damn, man, barbarians are cruel. They just don't kid around. They do not kid around. So let's see. You are, yep. You can continue on your south way, and you can go back here. Now next will come slavery. So that's where the next episode is going to pick up. It's going to allow us to get the worldview slavery active, which unfortunately I like how it racks up penalties the further you go. Minority rights, mass media consumerism, abstract mathematics, management, women's suffrage, assembly line romanticism, economics, liberalism, enlightenment, scientific method. Yeah, you eventually get to such a bad place that you cannot deal with that anymore. Slave compound. Okay. Slave compound entertainment. Slave compound food. Slave compound industry. And worldview slavery. And slave master. And take prisoners. I don't know if it... No, I don't think it allows a civic. It doesn't seem that way though. I thought that a civic would be there. Matriarchy, militia, society, economy, welfare, currency. No, there's really not. There's nothing here that would speak of slavery. Yep. That is just, yep. Slavery is just a worldview. It's not an actual civic. So with the horrifying view of Babylon, or what's left of it, you can imagine that it had like 6, maybe 7 population. Now it's down to 3. I'm gonna end this episode, call it a day, and I'll see you tomorrow with more Caveman to Cosmos and me, Alpha Pi Omega.